Morning! How you doing out there? Hi guys, it is Wednesday and I am live today. Do you not talk about stretches? I'm not talking about stretches this morning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm talking about my favourite exercise combinations because it's always something that I get asked a lot. People always want to know what I'm working out and how I'm training, and they're always genuinely quite surprised when they hear that most of the workouts that I do are body weight or lightweight. I use bands and bells. So for the whilst we've been having these conversations, you are here again, Sham. Hello, you are such a lovely lady. Every single day you've been here, and last week. I can't thank you enough. So good morning. I can see you there today because I'm closer to my camera for the moment anyway. So yeah, I wanted to let you guys know what it is that I do actually, and as I was saying, I don't really do complicated heavy weights or anything to get this body. I actually only really do very quick workouts, and they tend to be body weight or lightweight. So I like to work out bands and I like to work out with bells as well. But since I've had this chat with a few people, the things that are hard for me is that I don't just want to come in here and be like, yeah, I smashed this and this and it's amazing. I actually want to show you how you can do it. So for today, what I've decided to do is put my combinations in moves of threes. So we'll be learning 3 new exercises over the course of a week. I think I'm going to be doing this 3 times a week so that you can see different combinations, how I would use them and what they are effective for. Today we're going back to basics because I want this to make sense. And I know that a lot of people that are watching may not work out that much. So I just want you to know that if you are going to start following me along, how you can get your base movements right. Because if your base movements are not right, they kind of feed through into the other exercises that we'll be doing. And if it doesn't make sense now, it will in a minute. Like a squat is the base of a lot of moves, and you use your ankles and your bum to do that. And then let's take a press up or a plank. You're going to need to plank again, press up, mountain climbers. They all use the same setup of a basic move. So that's what I want to do today. I want to wrap this up in 3 exercises, and 3 times a week I'm going to be coming across to show you my favourite combinations. But today, I love seeing your face first thing in the morning. Well, I love seeing yours, Sham, thank you. It's been really nice to be here in the mornings, and I actually look forward to it. So if you do have any burning questions or anything that you're like, oh, I get to see her every day, but I'd like her to answer this, or I'd like her to talk about this, then why don't you message me it and I might talk about that. Let's do this. So we're going to talk about the beginnings of movements today, and I'm only going to do 3 because I think 3 is a really good number. It's one of my favourite numbers. So shall we do it? Okay, my basic movements are going to be 1 squat. We're going to be doing a press up, and we're also going to be doing an ab movement. Notice that you've already got legs, arms and abs in there. So we're doing three things at the same time, one after the other though, yeah? Okay, great. So if you have been watching my lives, you'll know that I am a massive fan of 5 Steps to Perfect Form, because they are a great checklist for you to learn. And every single time you apply your 5 things, you know that you have perfect form all the time. If you don't know what 5 things are, I'm going to run through them super quick with you now. But I have made a great video all about the 5 Steps to Perfect Form that I did. That these are tools that were given to me from an amazing physio and personal coach, and his little 5-step checklist has just helped me and literally all of my clients, and anyone that comes to my classes, anyone that works with me knows that I use 5 Steps to Perfect Form to get it right all the time without fail. So shall we do it? Number 1, we're going to think about our anchors. Our anchors are generally our heels or our palms. They're the things that are holding us up and that we can stabilise our weight through. So they are our anchors. You're going to press those heels into the floor, and then you're going to anchor them in. When you are anchored, you feel all the tension that you've just created up your legs, and you feel a lot more stable across your anchor points. What you're going to do for the second point is stick your bum in. We're going to give that a nice little squeeze in, and then we're going to do the same for our core. We want to give that a nice engagement. We want to open up our chest and shoulders for number 4, but we're always going to check that that rib cage is over the belly button. 5 steps, perfect form, all the time. With that in mind, we're going to move into my first move, which is a squat. Love squats, one of my favourite moves, do them every day. Here's how you're going to get or practice a perfect squat. We've done our 5 things, then this is going to become your centre of gravity. Now, if you have not squatted very much, I want you to check out your squat first of all. Do you sit back into your squat like you were sitting into a chair, or do you let your knees fall forward to make it happen? If your knees fall forward to get into your squat, we're going to back it up, okay? That's not how we're going to sit into a squat. We sit into it, we don't bend into it, you know. If you do end up going forwards, your squats are probably definitely being felt in your knees there. You won't have much anchors, and it will be extremely hard to get up from your squat using just your bum. So if this happens for you, or if you do squat and you actually aren't sure if you're doing it right at all, I would get a chair. Imaginary chair, so that I can apply my 5 things, and I can sit my centre of gravity onto the chair or just above the chair. Then I can focus on re-anchoring my heels and pushing my bum nicely into a standing position with an engaged core. There's no shame in sitting down to make sure that you're getting that movement right, and it's something that I used to have to do for a while. Some of you will know that I had a massive back injury, and so these sorts of things take time. The best thing about sitting down into it is that you can fully control your anchors. You can have a little rest if you want to, but I would just plug your anchors back in and then squeeze into it. Squats are a favourite because they actually test the whole body for stability, and then you have to use your bum, your thighs and your core to stand up again. It's also a great movement to loosen up the hips. It's great to train the hips in general because they are the biggest movers, so the stronger they are, the better. So that's my number 1. We're going to do some squats. Number 2, I promised you some press-ups today. So we're going down onto the floor, and before you start thinking, oh God, I'm never going to be able to do a press-up, just listen up. Listen. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to show you this as if I've never done a press-up in my whole life before. Okay, so what I want you to do is we're going to start laying down on the floor. I hope you can see me, I'm not too sure. Okay, so we're going to start laying down on the floor there. What I want you to do is just pop your hands under your shoulders like so. Then I want you to engage your bum and your core for me. Now, don't think I'm going to expect you to press all the way up. For a beginning press up, you're going to start here and you're going to press your weight into your anchors. Notice I'm still on my knees. Then to get down, I'm going to go down with control, but if I need to, I can let go and lay back down on the floor. Then I'm going to re-anchor my palms in, and I'm going to press up through them to get that strength in there. As you get a little bit stronger, you can take away the movement of falling down to the floor, and you can focus on even weight distribution and an even press up. All good? The secret to press ups are your anchors. Even if you can do a few press ups, if you take the focus onto your anchors being evenly distributed and evenly pressed, you're going to feel it so much more. Anchors are the secret there, and they're great pec movements. It's great upper body because you're getting arms in there, and core, perfect. So that's my number 2. Number 3, tell me how you feel about those press-ups, because I know that there's going to be people on this chat that are watching this video later on, especially the ladies that have always wanted to do a press-up but have never been able to. And just being able to start it off at a pace that you're comfortable with makes the whole world of difference. It does not matter if you do not have a fully extended push up. What matters is the effort that went into making that move happen without putting yourself in a bad position to start with. So good luck with that one. My last one is an ab movement. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to start up. We're going to grab our knees here. We're going to stick our chest up to the sky. We'll get them shoulders back. Perfect. From here, what we're going to do is massively bum squeeze. Massively bum squeeze. That's all I want you to think about. How hard am I squeezing my bum? All the way, you have to shimmy up, all the way down to the floor. As slow as you can with a great big bum squeeze. Then, if abs is something that you want to get better at but you don't really have the strength for it right now, you're going to put your hands down on the floor. We're going to push up so that our core didn't take too much of that. And then you can stick your chest back out and massively bum squeeze and fall down as slowly as you can to make that sit up happen. If you have a strong core or a stronger core, what you can do is take away this and use your actual core strength to make it happen. But the one thing that I see a lot of people doing in that is a fling up. It's not a sit up. I'm going to show you. This is what I would call a fling up. Yeah, sorry, my head's not in. Okay, so fling up looks like this. And you literally just chucking your back into getting up there without actually using the engagement of the abs. Which is why I like to take it back to basics and make you go down super slow with control. This is because when we're doing this, you're actually training your core in a resisted or opposite way. And it feels like you're not making much effort because all you're doing is falling down and squeezing your bum, but your core is actually working overtime to resist gravity. So that's why that's another one of my favourite basic moves. And if you do that one, you will see core strength improves very quickly. So they are my basics. They are back to basic movements that I still practice every single day. I was doing press ups and squats today and those sit ups, funnily enough. So just because they're basic doesn't mean that they're not for people that are really good at fitness. They are there to be practiced for perfection. Also, the reason why I've started off with these 3 basic movements is because they're kind of the starting point that I use with all of my clients. We need to know how your body is being used whilst you're sitting yourself into a squat. As I was saying earlier, if you squat forwards, it's going to be a knee squat. It's not actually going to be a proper bum squat. So they're really good places to start to get going. And you will see for you, I'm just going to come forwards, as you'll see for yourself, if you do the movements, as you progress your movements, that they all fall into those basic moves anyway. Oh, lovely. We've got some good people that have been in here this morning. I'm just going to read up, so please, if you've got any questions, go ahead and ask them now. Good morning, everybody. I've got Harry, Scott, well done. Perfect. Ding Peck, look at you. I ain't seen you for years. Well done. Thanks for being here. How many of each would you... That's an amazing question, Emma. Great one. Glad you asked that. So Emma's asked, how many of each would you recommend to start off with? Yeah. Okay, girl. That's fair enough. It's good that you're starting to... It's good that you're noticing that these are things that you're not happy with. We just need to nip it in the bud straight away. So if exercise is not something that you've done much of, go simple. Do 5 to 10. 5 to 10. I would do 5 to 10 squats, 5 to 10 press ups. I'd probably just do 5 of those core movements because they're really quite tough actually. You'll feel that for yourself. And then if you feel like it, do 2 to 3 rounds and then be done with it. And then if you want to do it again, you can do it again. I remember years ago, and even recently, people that were watching me do that press up challenge, that one movement can make so much of a difference in your, I learnt it for myself, in your strength, even if you were just to do one thing. So yeah, give it a go and let me know what you think. Thank you for them links. Thank you. Don't lose motivation, girl. Reach out to me. It's funny, actually, I wasn't going to say this yet, but for people that are watching, that are interested in this, I've got a program called Fit in 15, and we're almost in December, so I'm about to offer a free week in there. So why don't you come along and bring yourself to that, and you'll see that even on the days that you're not motivated, I'll be motivated. All you've got to do is turn up and do the work, girl. I'll tell you more about that later. But if that's something that you're interested in, then please do tell me about it. Yeah, if any of you are thinking, okay, yeah, cool, I would do those exercises. As I was saying, rep ranges, wherever you feel comfortable. I would start off between 5 and 10 and then start working my way up as the strength improved as well. And make sure that you're tuning in to see the moves that go off of this. That would be perfect. So what I'm going to do is have different days of different combinations of exercises where I'm going to show you how to do them. And then if we get quite good at this, maybe we could do one where we could all do a little workout together and use some of those moves that we've been practicing throughout the month. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here, but I did want to say that on my mobilisations, I don't know if you guys have been here throughout last week, but I was really helping you guys get rid of everyday pain through simple stretches. We'll be continuing that, because off the back of that, I have had some amazing chats with people about, so it'll be one for you, Emma, actually, knee pain, where I'm talking about hip pain in more depth. So what can you do apart from those little mobilisation methods? Sometimes you just needed something a little bit extra to get in there and get rid of it. And that's suitable for everybody that works out, everybody that doesn't work out. If you've got tight hips or achy knees are generally associated with sore hips and ankles. So if that sounds like you, make sure that you are here for that day. I actually think that might be tomorrow, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Have an amazing day, and thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you for getting in touch with me, following up off of these so that I can continue to keep coming back. Have an amazing day. See you soon. Goodbye.